B Broadcasting Commission interviews the Sixth Form Association election. Here with us today, we have candidate Leopold Smith, who is one of the four persons vying for the position of event coordinator. Mr. Smith, it's a pleasure having you here on this platform so that you can share your thoughts and your views as to why a person should elect you as the event coordinator. Mr. Smith, it's given to you.
Well, thank you, Jorian, for inviting me here. Thank you for the B broadcast you know, for all my six formers out there to, get to know me a little bit better and, to see why they should vote me for
Good.
events coordinator.
Good. So, Leopold, tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your name? We want to know who are you? Like, what are the courses that you are enrolled in currently at the institution?
Well, as I said, I am Leopold Smith, and currently I am doing sociology, literature, and digital media in grade
Ooh,
13. Right. um, Currently, also, I am a YouTuber, I recently started my YouTube channel, which is Being Leopold. So if you guys want to subscribe, you can, you know. Also, not only, you know, not only this bubbly personality that you guys might see for those who know me, like I'm also a person that is, in tune with what myself, like I'm more of like a spiritual type. I'm more of a deep type of person. So everything that I do is like I've thought about it like about 40 million times before I even do it. So
right.
anything that I put out, it's quality work.
Love the
In
spirit.
everything that I do is quality. So if it's not up to scratch or up to my standard, it's not
Oh,
going
yeah.
out
I,
there. Right.
I agree. I agree. I
Mhm.
agree. Now, as mentioned earlier, you are running for events coordinator. Now, a lot of listeners out there might be wondering what or who is an event coordinator. So, can you briefly tell us the role of an event coordinator?
Well, an event coordinator is somebody that, they come up with the great ideas for us to, socialize and relax, unwind for basically the sixth form, you know,
Mhm.
with all these subjects that we're currently doing, it can be a challenge. So my role as an events coordinator is to find ways and means, to allow us to unwind and relax and, get to groove on sometime because sometimes we need to de-stress,
Oh,
you know.
yes.
Yeah, so
Okay. So, would you say that you are the right man for the job? Do you think that you are the right one?
Um, not to be, chauvinistic, but yes, I do believe I am the right person for the job based on, past experiences and, things that I've been coordinating over the years. It's not like it's my first time doing the job. You know, I remember last year, 2 years ago when I was in grade 11, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on the student council's board of directors. I
Right.
remember like last year we had the whole Spirit Week and all of that. I was one of the founding members of that idea. And you see how
Wow.
Spirit Week as well, I am still on the board, right?
Mhm.
But, for
Yeah.
me to be one of those founding members that, started the initiative of Spirit Week,
Yeah.
it really shows, value.
Yeah. So you are experienced. We say that you are
Mhm.
experienced in this field. Good.
Yes.
I get you. I get you. I get you. So, like, what are some of the qualities that you possess? Some qualities that you possess.
Well, I do consider myself a perfectionist.
Okay.
As I said before, nothing that I put out is of any low quality. Everything is very, very high quality. My people skills, I, you know, I'm always out there, outgoing, healing to everybody, who knows me know. Or sometimes my friend would say, Leopold, even the people who don't call to you, call to them. Why you do that? And it's basically because I believe in manners. I
Yes.
believe that people should, say good morning to you and all of that. Just
Right.
to, make brighten up a day. So I'm all about so I'm all about being out there and talking to people and getting to know people, you know. So
So it's
uh,
safe to say that you're a people person.
I am a people person. Right.
Lovely. And we'll be taking a quick break. So hold any
Mhm.
thoughts that you have. So we'll be right back. Don't go
Okay.
anywhere.
Okay.
This interview is brought to you by the B Broadcast and it's sponsored by the Student Council of York Castle. Welcome back to the broadcast. We have here Mr. Leopold Smith, who is vying for the position of events coordinator in FFA. Right. So, Mr. Smith, would you
Mhm.
say that you are a good spokesperson?
I would say that I am.
Okay. Do you think that when you speak, persons will gravitate to your voice, like they will hear you or they will listen to what you have to say?
Well, yes, because being I'm not really more of like I've not really been doing as much public speaking as I should. But
Right.
anytime that I talk, that I do believe that I do grab attention, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just based on my whole vibe and my how bubbly I am and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah. So
Okay. So would you say that you're a fluent speaker?
what I can be at times if I'm not nervous, but when I'm in the groove, then everything flows.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, what are some of your long-term academic goals? Because you mentioned earlier that you are doing sociology, okay?
Mhm.
So what are like some of your long-term academic goals?
Well, when I finish sixth form, I'll be attending the University of the West Indies.
Ooh,
I'll be doing operations management and also integrated marketing communications. You know, that's really why I choose to do digital media and all that.
okay.
Because at first I wanted to do journalism, but then, journalism they really make all that money. So, but I found a balance and I found a love for advertisements and creating content.
Okay. So
Henceforth, I'm on YouTube. So yeah.
So at what point in your life did you realize that that was your true calling, or that is your true calling?
Well, it has always been my calling. Well, singing has always been my true calling.
Okay.
They said my long-term academic goals. So my long-term academic goals is to, achieve my bachelor's degree in operations management and integrated marketing communications. But my long-term goal actually is to
Mhm.
become a singer, songwriter, and also actor. So,
Ooh.
right. And also an entrepreneur as well, because I do have a good eye for business and also fashion. So yeah,
And generating new ideas and all of that.
you're right.
Okay. So um can you name like one skill that you would like to improve on? Like you're not so good at it, but you see that
Mhm.
you could some improvements could be done right there. Any skill that you have that needs improvements?
Actually, my public speaking skills. That's one of my, like, the top skill that I would want to, develop more. You know,
Right.
so yeah, that's one.
Okay. Tell me, like, as an event coordinator, like, what would be your day-to-day responsibility if elected?
Well, my day-to-day responsibility, it would be to, work with the executive and also the president to find new ways of allowing the students to be themselves and all of that. And when I say be themselves, I mean creating new events and all of that to, allow us to de-stress, because, Cape is coming and we need some time for ourselves.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
need some time. So that would be my day to day.
Okay.
Find ways and creating.
Okay. If hired, like, what would be the first thing that you would tackle in the position?
The first thing that I would tackle in being an events coordinator is to find new ways. We're in during a pandemic now, so it's kind of challenging to have events now. So my first order of business would be to find some way to incorporate, like, right here I have like a weekly entertainment part. Because, when the quarantine just started, Twitter was having this big thing about big power online. So I said, why not have that, so because I truly did enjoy myself with that. So I said, why not, do that. But
Yes.
also I would find a way to help the students to promote, like, not promote, but find a way to allow them to balance between, the
Right.
school and also the events, because we can't allow the events to, take over from the whole schoolwork. Because,
Right.
yeah, we,
Yes.
we, we do need some time to be ourselves, but we need to know what the core value is, or what the real reason why we come to school, which is to learn. So yeah.
My final question for you, Mr. Smith, is how can you make your position improve the lives of students? Like you mentioned earlier, like you would host events like in between so that we can get like so that the students can get like a breather and that they can relax and all of that. But like, can you expound as in like how else can you improve the lives of the students?
Well, you see, high school and sixth form. I really consider sixth form high school, because we're still under the whole,
Oh yes,
yeah. So high school memories they will always live on. So it would be for me to find ways to have memorable experiences, because when we do have memorable experience, like when we have kids down the line, we can show up. Oh, say back in 2020 when we did have the whole Corona thing, you
oh
know,
yes,
Leopold did find a way to make we have this nice event and all of that. This
right.
big car, and it was really good, and So it would be in my best initiative to find find a way to make our lives more memorable, because we really do need it, especially in the time now. We need some good memories to live off of.
Oh yes, I strongly, strongly agree. No, I believe that you have seen the polls, and as
Mm,
I can recall, you are in second place and
mm,
with a percentage of 37.
definitely.
Do you think that you will soar like an eagle and step up your game and like be number one on top?
I do believe that, because I am right now, we me and my campaign manager,
Oh,
and our team, we are, we're cooking up something, you know. So I don't think I'll be worried
oh,
without that.
love
About
the confidence.
the done. I do believe that I will become the events coordinator.
Love the confidence, love the confidence,
Mhm.
love the confidence. I will now give you an opportunity to say something to the listeners, like why vote for Leopold? Like why not vote for the other candidates? Why vote for you? So I'll now give you an opportunity to say that after the break.
Okay.
Okay, so Mr. Smith, as I said earlier, I will now give you the opportunity to say something to our listeners.
Okay. Good evening again, listeners. Right. Reason to vote for Leopold Smith is
Mm-hmm,
because Leopold Smith is a people person. He's
mm-hmm,
very humble. He's very down to earth. You can always come to him if you're ever in need. He will always put your best interest at heart, because not only is that interest about you guys, it's also for himself, right? Guys, Leopold is that person to, turn up the vibes,
oh,
because no, during this whole corona thing and this whole quarantine and pandemic, it really has taken a toll on not only you guys but also myself. You know,
right.
so it's really, it would be in my best interest to find ways and means of getting you to enjoy what's left of this pandemic and what's left of the school year. You know, you guys can always come to me, and always you will always know that I will always have your best interest. So there's nothing to worry about. Like, you just have to vote.
Right.
You just have to vote.
Right. And that message is for the undecided voters,
Mhm.
because they don't know, like as the name suggests, they don't.
Exactly.
Right. Well, that's a wrap.
It-
I think.
oh no, I was saying I was saying that Leopold is also not only events coordinator, but he's a part of the choir, he's a part of the drama club, he's a part of student council. He's a very talented human being, very humble. So, guys, it's always like I always answer my messages. If you ever want to contact me, if you ever want to, know who the true Leopold is,
Right.
because Leopold, he's always that fun-loving person, and also a professional at heart. So, you know, as I always say, quality, top-notch quality, is my thing. So
Oh,
my bar is always set at the top. So, guys,
yeah.
that's really all that I have to say.
Okay. Well, that's a wrap. We thank you so very much, Mr. Smith, for coming on this platform and telling us more about you. And I wish you all the best in your
Yeah.
endeavor.
Thank you. Thank you, Jorian, as well, for being such a lovely host.
Oh,
Down
no,
this evening.
no
Yes.
problem.
Yeah, I must commend you. You really have the eye for being a journalist. I do appreciate that. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you to the B Broadcast Commission for having me. You know, it's really a good time. I really had a good time.
Yeah. This interview was brought to you by the B Broadcast Commission and sponsored by the Student Council of York Castle High School.
Only on the Bee.